Hello. Welcome to this stream. This particular stream. This one. Hi. I'm going to talk about E3 while we listen to Nintendo eShop music. For some reason. It's going to be real low. Vinny, did you die last night? I actually did. I think I was pretty sick yesterday. Feel good, though, today. Enough to do some Talk to Transformer, which will be slightly E3 themed. But also, we're going to have a little chat about E3 2019. So pile in, everybody. We're going to get started. Good E3 this year. This was a good E3. All around. I have to say, I didn't expect much because it's a transitional year between, you know, previous consoles to next consoles. I've been told that people don't like E3 in chat. Okay, well, I liked E3. I thought E3 was good. First couple days didn't really have a lot for me, but overall, I enjoyed. Now, I'm going to talk about the games that I'm interested in. I'm going to talk about the conferences that I liked. Remember, I can't play every game, so there are games that might look good that I'm still going to skip. And remember, these are my personal interests and tastes. So if our viewpoints don't align, take it out on another streamer. Now, I have pretty much across the board games I'm looking forward to. Almost every conference had something, and that's cool. Like, there was always, you know, some boring moments. There were some embarrassing moments, even though they cut down on those. But I would say the surprising thing was that almost every conference, almost every publisher had something that I was interested in, at least one or two things, and that's cool. I'm going to go chronologically through these conferences. And my number one most anticipated thing, of course, is TurboGrafx Mini. Absolutely. Thanks, Konami. No, I'm looking forward most to Crustra, which is Contra Crusts. Okay, so EA conference. It really wasn't much of a conference, and if you go to, you know, any recap site or any kind of bullet point site, there's only like 7 things they showed, and they just talked a lot about it. The only thing, okay, so Sims 4, all that stuff, Island Living, whatever that is, that's not for me. Madden, FIFA, of course. And then there's Battlefield. Battlefield's not really my thing anymore at the moment. I thought I was going to enjoy Battlefield, but I passed on it, and I watched some of the stuff for the new Battlefield content, and I'm out. Sorry. I'm not on the Battlefield train at the moment. And Apex, they showed some stuff there. I played it for a bit. It was fun for a little while. I'm good for now. Jedi Fallen Order, the Star Wars game. I said this before. I'll say it again. If you want all of my thoughts in one neat package, looks pretty good, if unremarkable. That's my bite-sized chunk of tabloid header that I can give you for that game. Looks pretty good. I'm still waiting to see if they're going to improve it, because it had some nice visuals, some nice environmental visuals, some crust, had a little bit of a boring combat flow to it. But I like that they're taking a Metroid Prime approach and inspiration, and maybe even a little Dark Souls. So yeah, the Star Wars thing was cool. I'm curious. I'm curious about it. I'm a Star Wars fan, believe it or not, which isn't a popular thing to be these days. Even though Jar Jar was the key to all this, not anymore. And I hope it's good, because man, 5 years of Star Wars not being in the hands of the rebels, but instead the evil empire, and we get a couple games. It's like, come on. So I don't know. That's E3, EA. There really wasn't much there. It was whatever. Let's see. Let's sort by conference. Next was Microsoft. I don't have anything to say about Stadia. If you want me to talk about Stadia, I got nothing for you. I'm sorry to say. Microsoft had a good conference, if a little boring. Again, in terms of personal tastes, I could just tell you what games I'm looking to as stuff I may check out. They showed off a ton of shit. Again, they're working on their next console. So the fact that they showed as much as they did was kind of cool. But also some of this stuff is, you know, on Game Pass. Some of this stuff is coming to Xbox next, like Halo. And some of it's multi-plat. So, you know, it's just a couple things that were pretty exciting. Halo Infinite, obviously, I'm going to keep an eye on that. It's Halo. Sure. I mean, if I even get the next Xbox, I don't know if I will. Elden Ring, we didn't see very much of. But Elden Ring... Hang on. See if I can show you this website. This is what I'm using, by the way. Elden Ring actually looked really, really cool based on the fact that they're going, you know, Valkyries and Norse mythology. We got no gameplay. I'm always on the side of I'd like to see a little gameplay. Always. But since we didn't get any, I have to take in the vibe, the mood. So, Miyazaki with George R. R. Martin. Bring it on. This deer game looked alright. Whatever that was. I'm not sure I'll pick it up, but it looked like a fun little weird thing. Borderlands 3, I don't remember. Oh, I think I said that it looked like something else and not Borderlands. But the characters still looked like Borderlands. It's whatever. It's whatever. This I may actually end up checking out when it comes out, believe it or not. Phantasy Star Online 2. Very interesting that it's coming out finally, and I remember my time with previous Phantasy Star games was good. Now, the Phantasy Star thing being free to play and having cosmetics and pay to win, well, when the game comes out, I'll just have to find out for myself, because I've heard mixed things about it. But I'll probably check it out. Cool announcement. I don't remember this title at all. Crossfire X. Gears Pop, Please Let Me Die. Dying Light 2, I didn't play the first one, so it looked good if I remember correctly. State of Decay 2, I'm good with zombies for now, thanks. Controllers, cool, whatever. Forza Lego, I'm good, thanks. Way to the Woods, oh, that's a different deer game. Wait, that's not this deer game? Project Scarlet? Oh, that's... Wait, what? Oh. Scarlet's the new console, so why is it... Oh, they're putting deer there to show off the graphics, like they can make good deer. Okay. So, anyway, the deer game looked fun. I don't know what it looked like. It looked like some strange artsy game with deer. It's fine. It's fine. Vinny, the deer is from the Halo trailer. Oh, right, okay. Sorry, memories are getting confused. Gears 5 had the most bizarre trailer. The music didn't fit. I don't know what that game mode was. I like Gears. I played Gears 4. I enjoyed it. Played Gears 3. I enjoyed it. You know, it's a series. I played a lot of Gears 2. I like the series. I'll probably pick up Gears 5. It's just a matter of what the fuck did I see at E3? And I don't know. It was weird. And the game mode didn't really do anything for me. No interest in Dragon Ball. Sorry, again, personal tastes. Lego Star Wars, I know people lose their shit over this. I liked Lego Star Wars well enough, but I don't know if I'll buy that. 12 minutes seemed like an interesting concept. That could make for a cool stream. I was into the idea of it, like, just like a Groundhog Day weirdo type game, and it's interesting. Interesting. Psychonauts 2, you know, I'll say this. I'm happy that it's Psychonauts 2. It looks like Psychonauts. It's a very basic game from a gameplay standpoint, but that's not what makes Psychonauts memorable. So I think we just have to wait and see. Question chat. Xbox Game Pass means it's also going to be on the PC, right? Like it'll be on Windows? Yep. Okay, that's good. That's good. Alright, so yeah, Psychonauts 2, maybe. I'm hopeful because I loved Psychonauts 1. Maybe it'll be good. I don't know what this title is. Again, no recollection or memory of it. Age of Empires. I've never played Age of Empires, but I know these are good games. Surprisingly, Microsoft Flight Simulator actually kind of was very, very nice looking. I don't know. I might check that out. I might take a look at it. I remember playing a Microsoft Flight Simulator many years ago, and the fact that a new one's coming out is kind of weird, but maybe I'll get the Windows version. Game Pass and all that stuff, whatever. I don't know. I'm not that big of a Microsoft gamer. My Xbox has not been turned on in months, so I don't know what this stuff is. I don't care. The Legend of Wright, I remember this, the paper thing. Neat concept. I will follow it. I'll take a look. I don't know what this fucking Battletoads thing. Are we doing this for the memes at this point? The art style looked weird. I remember looking at the toads and thinking, what's going on here? What are they doing with this? I don't know. Spiritfarer. I don't remember that title either. Just Cyberpunk. Yes. Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you. Yep. Keanu or not. I like the type of game that it is. I like the setting. And I want to play it, okay? Don't judge me. I want to play Cyberpunk. Blair Witch. I thought that was like Outlast 2. A lot of us did, actually. And you know what? Blair Witch kind of looked pretty good. It looked pretty good. I was surprised that, you know, a random game that came out of nowhere. Wait, Outlast 2 came out already? Oh, right, Outlast 3. Outlast 3, sorry. I don't know, this Blair Witch thing, I'm gonna take a look at it when it comes out and see if it's any good, but, that could, if it's a decent game, Spooptober stream, Star Wars, Minecraft Dungeons, can I tell you, chat, it looked kind of alright. The Minecraft Dungeons game. It looked kind of fun. I know. Someone said I don't like Diablo. I do. And let's see what happens. Hey, it's either Minecraft Dungeons or Diablo Immortal. Those are my two choices. Forget Path of Exile. I don't even know what that is. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Ori looked breathtakingly beautiful. There's that word again. The meme word. Ori seriously looked amazing, and I may not pick it up, but it's something I would like to continue looking at, and it's just a nice looking game. Bleeding Edge, I think Granny? Is that a Granny? I don't remember that title. And then The Outer Worlds, I heard some mixed things about The Outer Worlds, mostly positive, based on some of the gameplay I saw. It looks cool. I know it's on the Epic Store. Listen, we've talked about Epic Store. I'm sick of talking about it. It pisses me off to a large degree as well. But Epic Store also gives a huge cut and lots of money to developers and publishers, which is why it's desirable for them to be on it. And so you get I know the whole scope of the issue at this point in time. So let's just say this. Let's talk about the games. Vinny, only publishers benefit from the cut, by the way. Huh. So The Outer Worlds looked good. I saw some gameplay of it, and it looked like, you know, Unreal Engine Fallout, but still some weird crust. Like, even though Obsidian, I think, is a good developer, I feel they brought some of their Fallout crust with them. Just some jank, a little here and there. Could use some work. But it's on Microsoft Game Pass, so I can get that when it comes out. I think it's on the PC store, so I'll be able to play it on the PC. But yeah, I guess my main thing about it is, of all the games here, I think the games I'll purchase for sure are Cyberpunk, maybe The Outer Worlds. I'll look at Minecraft, maybe Microsoft Flight Simulator, and Elden Ring, of course, when that comes out. So, yeah, some good stuff. The gear stuff was really embarrassing, but those are the games. That's just speaking strictly of the games at Microsoft. I thought they had a pretty good conference. There's a lot... God, I know, it's tough. It's tough to say I'm going to buy a game, because if I say I'm going to buy it, and then I don't, the chat's going to get mad at me. And they're going to want me to stream a lot of these games, and I'm only one human. I can't split myself into a Guiji chat. I wish I could. I wish I could. So then, the next conference was Bethesda. Oh, Bethesda. We're sorry. Bethesda was pretty disappointing, in a lot of respects for me. You know, Doom Eternal looks great. I can't wait for Doom Eternal. Maybe in my top 3 most anticipated games of all of E3. So, the conference itself was whatever, but at least Doom Eternal looked great. Deathloop had an interesting gameplay loop. It had, you know, something unique to it, and I'm not opposed to it existing. So let's take a look at it when it comes out. I don't know what I don't even remember that. More Wolfenstein, but this time co-op. Rage 2. Whatever. I'm not into Elder Scrolls. I'm not into MMO. Commander Keen was a fucking joke. Elder Scrolls Online. What's the Legends? Oh, it's the card game. That's the card game. Never mind. Still not I'm good on the card game. You know, so there's a lot here I'm not interested in. And that's, again, my problem, not yours. But their conference was just kind of boring. And, aside from Doom, I mean, what else was there? I'd rather be elsewhere. Sorry. Ghostwire Tokyo looked good, though. That was a surprise. Ghostwire probably was the thing, aside from Doom, that actually captivated me a bit. And I was like, hey! Vinny, why do you not like Bethesda? At least they are not listening... At least they are listening to the community. You don't see EA doing that. I love that comment. Well, I like Bethesda's games. I played their games. As you know, I am a big fan of a lot of their games. I'm happy that they are doing stuff with Fallout. People are actually enjoying Fallout more. I agree. If they're listening, that's great. I am not comparing EA to Fallout, or Bethesda rather, excuse me. I would prefer to just keep each individual thing, you know, like is Bethesda good? Sometimes. Do they lie? Yes. Do they ship product that can be kind of buggy at first? Very much so. That's their problem. I mean, EA, I have a whole host of other issues with. If we're comparing what I'm interested in, Bethesda by far had way more than EA. Doom Eternal and Ghostwire Tokyo alone were fantastic. But I'm not coming back to 76. Sorry. And Elder Scrolls Blades, I played it. I have it on my phone. I wanted to give it a shot, and I did not like it. I couldn't get into it, and I didn't get to see the microtransactions, but it just didn't grip me. So I gotta say, Bethesda's conference, like I said at the beginning, from my own personal tastes, remember that, chat. I'd say that Bethesda had a couple good games. Every conference had at least something. But I feel like, I feel like, you know, overall, it didn't really do much for me. Maybe Ghostwire could be cool. Let's see. Alright, so that's Bethesda. We're sorry. Pinyor, why don't you like what I like? Pinyor. So far E3, up until this point, was very exhausting. I want to just say, me covering the conference was one thing. I was pretty tired and exhausted for a lot of it. It was just too much. Maybe it's just me. I think I was sick. Yesterday I was definitely sick. I might have been like kind of sick throughout all of EA, and it just like came to a head yesterday. So that did not help. I'm okay now. I feel like a lot better, but I was exhausted. I don't know if it was just too much sensory input from E3, but I was exhausted, and I was getting very cynical. Because the day Microsoft, that Sunday, and Bethesda, and then Devolver did their thing, it was just too much for me. You know, and I was like getting really sick of it. I was like, oh, this E3 business is nonsense. Okay, Devolver, what could I say about Devolver? Carrion looked cool. Fall Guys was weird and colorful, and maybe. I'm good on the Messenger for a while, and I'll be playing my friend Pedro just to see what it's all about when it comes out. And, I mean, the fact that they're making an arcade cabinet's cool. I mean, in terms of games, they had, a couple things. Was this real, by the way? Devolver bootleg? It was? It's on Steam? Shit, okay. Well, I guess I might have to take a look at it. I thought it was, I thought it was Japes. All right, yeah. I mean, I was gonna stream it, but then I just forgot about it too, and I was like, oh, maybe it's Japes. I'll check it out. Special introductory sale, 1% off. Thanks, Devolver. Their conference was overall the usual. It was both satire, over the top, holy shitballs, lots of words combined with curses, and it was a good way to wind down from lots of corporate talk and streaming and mobile, and it was fine. It was fine. It was I don't mind Devolver because they don't overstay their welcome. 20 minutes, here's a couple games, get in, get out. Dumb presentation, some blood. It's random, yeah, but at least a couple things are entertaining. So I liked it. Fair enough, I guess. It was okay. I don't know what Upload VR is. I didn't see any of that. I don't have VR, so I'm sorry to say I have to skip that, and I didn't watch it in retrospect, but you can see here that a lot of games were revealed, apparently, budget cuts and all this stuff. So, sorry, I can't really comment on this. I would love to, but I don't have VR at the moment, and I did see Meat Fortress, which is a good name. And other things here are... I've never even heard of these games, so... Sorry, everybody. I wish I could comment on it. I can't. Let's move on. PC Gaming Show, I finally saw. There's a lot. I didn't see every bit of the conference, but I saw most of it. But I ended up seeing most of the games. I saw their trailers. So... it was a lot. PC Game Conference had a lot of shit. And I'll say that I like their format. Day 9 is, he does a good job for the most part. I don't think he lingers on stupid shit for too long. He doesn't try to, go out of his way to make dumb jokes when they're inappropriate. He just, quick, here's the game, talk to the people, move on. Here's the game, talk to the people, move on. So I thought it was fine. Good, better format than a lot of the other ones, and a lot of decent things to look at. A lot of these games, like this Genesis Noir game, at least looked interesting. I can't say I'm going to pick it up, but a lot of these things were extremely disappointing. So how about Shenmue 3 being an Epic exclusive? We're not going to talk about it. Just from a gameplay standpoint, I'm going to talk about Shenmue 3 for a second. I've never played Shenmue. I know how much it means to people. The game looked like Shenmue. It was a little crusty. And I know people are pissed about other things, but just in terms of the game itself, from what I saw, it fit what Shenmue looked like. And it had really terrible voice acting, which I think is a bonus. I think that's a good thing. So, but I'm sorry that it happened to the Shenmue fans. I'm sorry that happened to you, and I know a lot of people are pissed. and I feel that. Auto chess, I've heard, is a huge thing at the moment, and I gotta be honest, I don't know what it is. I've only heard about it, I've seen a little bit about it. It's not the thing. It's not Dota, so, you know, this is gonna be auto chess on its own, as its own thing. So, maybe I'll check it out, I don't know. Terraria, yes. Very good game. We're getting a really big update to it. Very exciting. Warframe, you know, I got a little addicted for a while. It's a nice announcement, but I'm not sure I'm going to go back to it. I could probably play it again. Warframe is good, but I'm good for now. Too many other games. Maneater looked... listen, sharks, dude. Sharks. Vermintide 2, I haven't checked out Vermintide 1. Planet Zoo, I like Planet Coaster. This could make for a fun stream. And I'll tell you what, there's a vacuum that sucks poop. It's like the reverse Gooigi. You know, Luigi's vacuum sucks ghosts, and then he can shit out a Gooigi. There's a vacuum that sucks poop. I'm not making it up. Watch the trailer again. Vinny, can I please ask a serious question? Vinny, can I ask a question, please? Well, you're going to compete with a lot of people, but go ahead. You've got one question. Go for it. What about Valkyria? I didn't see this. I'm sorry. I guess I'd missed a couple. Fuck. I'm gonna click on the thing here. Okay. Okay. Vinny, there's a demo of this on Steam. Is this a Metroidvania? Oh my god. Well, it looks absolutely fucking insane. It looks like Contra Metroidvania, just insanity game. I have no strong feelings about this one way or another. It's called Valfaris, sorry. The question was, what are you using to see all the new games coming out? I'll let you know at the end of the segment, so people don't crash it. That was the chat member question. So yeah, that looked alright. It didn't... You know, it's not like I'm gonna buy it just from that one trailer, but I might have to look a little bit deeply into it. It looks like fun. It looks like it could be fun. You know, some of these games I saw very briefly, and I can't really talk too much about. I'm sorry. I guess I didn't see all of the fucking thing. Last Oasis looked kind of interesting. I like the weird machines. Zombie Army, I don't know what we're doing with zombies. Is this Left 4 Dead?
Rated M for mature.
It looks... Oh, yeah. It's, the Sniper Elite people made this, right? Yeah, no, I'm good on the zombies, for now. Age of Wonders, Mutant Year Zero. I played that. This is more. Midnight Ghost Hunt was my game of the PC gaming show. There's so much to cover here. Vampire, I don't know anything about. Evil Genius 2, I never played the first one, but this looked good. Starmancer, I have a code for, and I didn't play it. So... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I saw the trailer, it looked kind of neat. And then, Chivalry 2, aka... Listen, we know Mordau has a lot of attention. And, we're trying. But all Mordau has to do is add more objective-based game modes, and I don't think people are going to want to buy a lot of Chivalry 2. So... That said, I like Tripwire, and I hope they find success in something. But, yeah. It's also an Epic Store exclusive. Oh boy. So what else is there? But Midnight Ghost Hunt was probably the one that won me over. It's just basically prop hunt, but the props can attack. It was Mosaic of Seaman. Okay, yeah, I did see this trailer. I don't know what the hell's going on here. So, yeah, there's a lot. PC Gaming Show, there was a fucking lot. And I'm sorry, I thought I saw most of this, and I think I saw most of it, but I didn't see all of it. So I do have to apologize. That day I was not home, and I didn't get a chance to watch it live. So I can't really comment on all of the things, but pretty solid stuff overall, and a lot of games. And I guess the elephant in the closet, or in the room, or wherever the fuck the elephant is, under the water, under the bridge, is, of course, a lot of these games are Epic exclusive, which means that even if the game looks awesome, people are going to hate it. And that's a shame, because, you know... Well, this one's on Steam, because I'd imagine a lot of these games have a lot of work and love put into them, and then some publisher was like, hey, I'll take that check. So... But yeah, PC Gaming Show... in my reckoning, from what I've seen of it, was good. And I think the titles that I want to check out, like Planet Zoo, would make for good streaming. Same with Midnight Ghost Hunt. Alright, let's move on. Limited Run. There's nothing here. Never mind. They just showed stuff they're releasing, right? Ubisoft, I watched all of Ubisoft. I figured at some point I'd have to talk about it. And it was another of the big conferences. And this is the one that I didn't cover live. One of the bigger conferences that I didn't cover live. And I can say that even though there was so much shooting, and even though I had very little interest in most of this stuff, they still had some good shit. I just want to say, whatever Gods and Monsters is, I want it. I love Kid Icarus. I was hoping for a new Kid Icarus, and since we're not getting Kid Icarus, I want this. We saw no gameplay, so I can't say I love it, but the theme I enjoy, and I would like to see more of that game because it's just, I don't know, I like this kind of shit. So no Kid Icarus, but I'll take a look at it. I hope it's good. Roller Champions, not my tempo by any means, not my tempo, but you know, maybe someone that likes like Rocket League or, you know, extreme things like that, maybe that'll be cool. Division, I'm good. I don't play Rainbow Six. I don't play Tom Clancy, John Bernthal, Celebrity, Breakpoint. For Honor, I don't play. Just Dance, I don't play. Also, good on the Wii for getting another game. Another Tom Clancy game, Elite Squad. Like, I watched this stuff, and I gotta be honest, I like forced myself to watch it. And I was getting like I just wanted to go anywhere else on the internet when the Tom Clancy stuff was happening. And I like guns. I like shooting guns in video games. It's fun to shoot. But I just, you know, now if they announced Splinter Cell, I would have been like, okay, I played some Splinter Cell, maybe. Brawlhalla, I do not like this game. I didn't like it when I played it a while back. I know what it is. It's Smash 2D. They got an Adventure Time crossover. That's neat. I streamed it and I didn't like it. That was years ago. I don't know how this game is still happening. Like, it's been years and I'm still hearing about it. Vinny, did you seriously just call the Switch the Wii? No. Just Dance is releasing on the Wii as well. It's true. Another Tom Clancy Rainbow Six thing. You know, it's not like the trailers were terrible for these types of games. I'm just not into them. Mythic Quest Raven's Banquet. What's this? I don't remember this title either. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, they just talk. This is the thing with Mac. It's a TV show. You know, it's not even. So they had Mac from Always Sunny on stage, and they did a show. Like The Office meets video game development meets Always Sunny, but on Apple TV. So I don't have that. I don't want it. I'm gonna pass on that. Thank you. I'm good. Watch Dogs Legion. I'm gonna come back to that in a second. For Honor, again, no interest. Assassin's Creed, I've never played an Assassin's Creed to this day. Sorry. Steep, I didn't even know was out. And Trials Rising, what's this? Alright, never mind. I guess I'll just have to not know what that is. Okay. Watch Dogs. Steep is good. Wasn't Steep... There was like a free promotion for Steep recently. So yeah, no, I guess I should have known it was out. But... I remember seeing it at an E3, and then I didn't hear about it for a long time, and then it was like, oh, here it is. Okay. Watch Dogs. I played the first Watch Dogs. I know that game was a huge disappointing mess compared to its E3 presentation. Not a huge mess, it was just underwhelming. It was not what it was supposed to be. I played maybe 8 hours of it, and I stopped. I did not play Watch Dogs 2, I had no interest. I gotta say, you can shit on me all you want for this. I think Watch Dogs Legion is ambitious and interesting, and I might check it out. Everyone's talking about being able to play as a granny. And that's cool. The granny she was slower, she had different animations, she could break a hip, maybe. I want to see how this all plays out, because Ubisoft has made promises they couldn't keep before. But the fact that you could play as, you know, any NPC, and you can recruit anyone, the fact that they all have different abilities, different voice actors, different movement, I will say is probably one of the more interesting things I've seen in open-world games in a while. If they can pull it off. If it actually ends up being a fun system and not just gimmicky. So, I love. Here's what's gonna happen. The game's gonna come out, and then you can. Hello, welcome to Watch Dogs Legion. Yeah, you want me to be part of the crew? And then that guy dies, and then you get transferred to the body of another NPC. My name is John Smith. I am a totally different NPC, and Watch Dogs belongs to the Nords. And then you go to a different NPC. Hello. My name is Edna. I am an old lady. Watch Dogs belongs to the Nords. I mean, Watch Dogs belongs to the Nords, mate. It's terrible. So, listen. My expectations, of course, are very, very tempered with Ubisoft, but surprisingly, I found myself interested in this game. And otherwise, I thought their conference was shoot and stupid. And, you know, again, celebrities on stage, and, you know, they had dancing. And again, it could have been worse. I've seen way worse conferences when it comes to, like, you know, pandering to the audience. I've seen, you know, we've seen cars on the stage. We've seen lots of dumb skits and people falling over into, like, remember that year those two dudes were wacky and they just fell into, like, a computer? So, at least it wasn't that. At least, yeah, we had a Lego car, we had Keanu, we had Shane from Walking Dead, and Mac. It wasn't as embarrassing as it could have been. So, it wasn't Move Body Preeb. AMD I didn't watch anyway. I don't know what Kind of Funny Games is. I'm sorry to say, I didn't get a chance to watch this. So this is one of those other conferences I can't talk about. It looks like there's a lot of games here. So that's interesting. Is this a publisher? hell is this? Okay. They represent the indies. They publish good, arty indie games. Kind of funny as a YouTuber, former IGN guy. Okay. This looks like Dead Cells a bit. Yeah, stuff like this is cool. This looks like Dead Cells a lot. Someone said check out Falcon Age. Okay. You have a Falcon, and it's Portal. You have, wait, no, you have Wheatley, but otherwise, yeah, you just have a Falcon. PC VR support. The bird dabbed, so I have to stop watching this trailer now. Legally, I'm required by law to stop watching this. It looks nice. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm gonna have to watch this. So again, this is just a collection of games, which is good. Police stories. Did it say Epic there? Oh boy. I can tell the chat exploded. This looks like Hotline Miami.
Use tactical equipment to your advantage.
What do you get to... You get to shoot?
Squad up with an AI partner or a friend.
Wow, it's tactical. That's really... Skatebird. Fuck off. Fuck off. Listen, Skate 4 may never arrive, but we have Skatebird. It looks kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. It could be a fun stream for an hour. Once the novelty of being a bird on a skateboard wears off, though, you have to wonder how much is left. You know, this is definitely, yeah, YouTuber bait is a good way to describe it. It's whatever. It's something. Yeah, the rest of this stuff, I'm sure some of these are good. I might take a look at this conference as a whole and see what's going on there. Again, there's so many side programs that were happening at E3. You know about the big stuff, but you don't know about the little stuff if you're not paying attention. And I was not paying full attention because one of those days I just wasn't home. I wasn't able to watch. So, we're getting down to the last couple. Right, Square Enix. I liked a lot of Square Enix's conference, and yet, you know, there's a lot I wasn't interested in. Final Fantasy VIII getting a remaster is nice. It's a game I've played several times. It's nice that it's actually happening, and again, I need to see what happens with the backgrounds, with the pre-rendered backgrounds, because if they lost those and all the character models and everything look great, and then they redo those backgrounds, that would be cool. If it's the same old backgrounds from like a fucking decompiled PC version of the game, then you're gonna need some of that, you know, that scaling that's been popular lately that I'm gonna be using for Final Fantasy IX, because otherwise it's just gonna look very, very crusty and low resolution. So, that's cool. Marvel Avengers, man, I both have not seen a game with such high production value and yet so jank. I gotta say, it's too weird seeing some of these characters, and I'm sure that will be like, you know, it would be initially like shocking and then you get over it, but like Wide Cap was weird. You know, Todd Howard, Bruce Banner was weird. I didn't see any gameplay. Like, I don't know if they showed any gameplay. I don't recall having seen gameplay. some of the visuals look nice. Like there's a cutscene where the characters looked good. There's another cutscene where things looked a little cheap. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Like I have said before, I like the Avengers well enough. Like I've seen the films. That's my experience with them. So I can't say I'm losing my goddamn mind over this game. But the trailers did probably almost nothing to win me over. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it comes out in a year. So maybe there's time to make Captain a little less wide. It's like a slight uncanny valley thing happening, yeah. This game, I don't remember this. I don't remember this trailer. Yeah, I mean, it's yeah.
They navigate the emotions of the living and the dead.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. It's what it is. It's an original IP. Give them credit for that, at least. This game, I don't remember this either. Wow, it's amazing how much of this was just super, like, bland. Oh, right, this was the 3-player game. Just basic Bulletstorm type game, yeah, a lot of that. The Saga Collection, I have no stake in that, I'm sorry to say. Again, my opinions can only apply to things that I've played, or things that I'm really into. And I know people love these Saga games, and I'm sure they're, I'm happy for you, because I got my Mana games, you got your Saga games, that's cool. Dying Light 2, I've heard good things about, the first one, and yeah. It's zombies, though, and, I gotta be honest. As cool as the trailer may look, it's zombies. So, I don't play MMOs at the moment, and so therefore I am not going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV. Battalion 1944, I heard a little bit about this since I watched the trailer, and I am interested in World War II games, but then this just seems kind of hastily. It's not my thing. I think I'm going to pass on it. Just seems basic. This is a basic shooter game. Circuit Superstars, and yeah. Yeah. It's it's what it is. It's RC Pro-Am. And then you have this here, Dragon Quest XI. Can I say I watched the Treehouse of Dragon Quest XI, and I watched the whole thing, the gameplay. I may not stream it. I may buy it. I know it's a 100-hour-long game. I've never played Dragon Quest before. The game looked very good. And I'm tempted to buy it for myself to see if I would like it without streaming it. I know I'll probably never finish it because I play too many damn video games, and when I'm not, I like to make music, or, I don't have a lot of time to jump into games that are that long. But that Nintendo Treehouse of it, man, it just looked like a cool, classic, fun RPG. Vinny, do you like grinding? No, I don't. Someone said, as a DQ fan, so biased, I thought 11 was pretty good, not my favorite in the series. I approve of your thought. I just started it. I'm loving it so far. I think you'll like it. I think there's a fast-forward option for this definitive edition. So if I get it, it's going to be the Switch. So it'll be, portable. I'll be able to fast-forward a bit. I know there's like an auto cutscene thing. There's a lot of options in the Switch version that I'm interested in. So I may check it out. It's kind of... It looked cool. I don't know. Just something about the world and the visuals. I was like, oh, this is nice. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is day one purchase for me. So, just want you to know. Last Remnant, whatever. I don't know what this is, really. I'm sorry. I'm sure some people love it. It didn't stick out enough for me. Octopath Traveler, same mold. Crystal Chronicles, yes. The frame rates looked really crusty. But this is also probably going to be a day one purchase because I liked Crystal Chronicles and I never finished it. And now I can play it online without having to worry about other, Game Boy controllers. So that's good. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay, well, before we get to that, Life is Strange 2 is, I don't know. It's not me. It's not for me. I'm sorry. But I will say what is for me is Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think it looks great. Remember, chat, the original still exists. You can play the original in all of its original form. I was very skeptical of this game, A, ever coming out, and B, ever being good. Reports from the show floor are that the gameplay is actually fun. I like that you can freeze it, and you get a little bit of the battle system from the previous generation of RPGs, from the original, and yet when you play, you get to build up that meter by attacking. You can switch characters. It seems like Square Enix learned from their previous battle systems, and yet also tried to incorporate some elements of the past, and it's customizable. And visually, the game looks fantastic. I mean, better than fantastic. It looks amazing. 5 years of effort. And yeah, I just can't wait to see what they're going to do with Midgar. I want to see what they're going to do with the characters like Jesse, Biggs, Wedge. These are characters that didn't get a ton of development. Apparently now they're getting more development. I want to see what they do with Midgar, the rest of the world, obviously, but since episode 1 is 2 Blu-rays, and it's just Midgar for however long, I accept that. I think in order to get this game at all, I think, yeah, we just have to deal with the fact that it's episodic. But I'm still cautious about it. I'm not going to go into this expecting the best game ever. But I'm excited. We get to revisit Final Fantasy VII from a different viewpoint. Maybe with some different plot points. Maybe with some, stuff that's not in the original. And I think I'm okay with that, because I played the original a lot. And yes, I still love that game for what it is. And this is exciting for me. So hopefully it's good. And thank you, Square, for not canceling it. Because I was expecting it to be either in development hell or canceled. And they would just be like, Valve, no, we don't know what Half-Life 3 is. So, I don't know. I mean, the worst part about this is the fact that, yeah, it's one full game in Midgar, and then, 2 more full games? So that's going to be 120-something hours of Final Fantasy VII, which is a lot. If I'm just making shit up off the top of my head, so I don't know if that's the case, but it's going to be a lot, and I think it's also going to be a lot of money. And who the fuck knows when the rest of the game is going to come out. So for now, I'll just look forward to Midgar, which I love. Midgar is always one of my favorite parts of that game. And so yeah, I think Square had a pretty good conference. Final Fantasy VIII, the Dragon Quest stuff, Final Fantasy VII, a lot of it's just classic franchises, but also Avengers was just bizarre. And, I mean, I'm open to some of these other games if they're good. Nintendo. Oh god. Alright, I'm gonna try to go quick with Nintendo because I've already said as much as I could. Nintendo, I'm not going to be rating the conferences this year. I thought I would. I just figured I'm not going to. I don't feel like trying to formulate like a letter score. And I know that for me, I might change my mind. What might be one number or letter score could be a different one eventually, or might have been a different one when I first saw the conference. So I'm not going to rate them, because every conference had something to offer, and every conference had some disappointment. Nintendo was the one that made me the happiest. Yes, I am a Nintendo fan. I accept that title. I am. I love Nintendo when they don't try to shut down my YouTube channel. So, please don't do that, Nintendo, because that sucks. But I got a lot of things that I wanted from this conference, and I'm very happy with some of these announcements. So, I'll just say the sequel to Breath of the Wild, it's, going to be Red Dead influenced, apparently. That's what they said. And a little darker than Majora's Mask. I think it's a smart thing. I think, of course, it's going to happen. They have the engine. Now they can just take all the things that didn't work so great in Breath of the Wild and do a more story-focused game. You know, I will say this. For Breath of the Wild, the story was nice and everything. It was very much peripheral to the world and the exploration. The fact that they're exploring this husk of Ganondorf under the castle, and there's some clues that it might tie into some earlier games. I mean, it's great. I hope it's great. I think it will be. Aonuma's hitting the home runs lately for me. And I think let's do it. Let's get it perfect. Get some dungeons in there. Adjust the durability. Put more things to do in the world. Stronger emphasis on narrative. And upgrade those visuals a bit for the Switch. And then you have... And throw some more Koroks in there, too. And I will be very happy. So that was a nice announcement to get. I was upset we didn't get Metroid announcement. I know they're still working on it. I know that they're, you know, they're also still working on Bayonetta 3. And it's still early in Metroid because it got, you know, there was some poop there. But this was a good announcement to get. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Boy, there's no controversy surrounding this game at the moment, right? I'm going to say this. I am not a huge Pokemon fan. I like Pokemon. It's fine. I start over every game. I am upset that there are things in this game that appear lazy. Like floating wing gulls that don't flap their wings, that just hover above grass. And some weird clipping that I've seen. I like the new camera. I like the new open world. I like the setting. I like the new Pokemon. There's a lot to like. But yes, there is some crust. And that said, the fact that the National Dex, or whatever's going on there, isn't in the game sucks. And I don't like it very much, that you can't do what you guys have been doing for a long time. I don't have a dog in that race, because I don't transfer my Pokemon. I start fresh every game, and I've only played a couple. Remember, I've only played Pokemon Red, Pokemon X, Pokemon Moon, or Sun, I forget which one, and then I'll play one of these. So I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan, I'm not a spokesperson, I'm not as angry, because I plan on starting fresh. That said, I understand why it sucks, and I'm sorry it's happening. Because I know a lot of people were looking forward to bringing their favorites into this game. You know, Game Freak is lazy. And they take shortcuts, and they can do some really crusty things with their games, but it'll sell massively anyway. So I understand the complaints. I'm still looking forward to it. You know, it's got a cool setting, and it's got Pokemon. And, you know, the big stuff is fine. But I'm looking forward to it regardless, and I think seeing a mainline Pokemon game like this on the Switch is cool. And so, I will get it. Vinny, imagine expecting 1,000 fully modeled, fully textured, complete with fairly complex family trees and movesets into one single game. Well, that's the other thing. Masuda said something like the balance of the game, they were reaching this point where they couldn't balance every single Pokemon. And of course there are people that say, yes, you could, Masuda, what are you doing? Of course you could. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'm not a developer. I don't know what work it goes into these games. And I am not that big of a Pokemon fan. I'm not that upset about it. But that's me. Deepest sympathies if anyone has had their week ruined by that announcement, though. But look at that chat. Look at that chat. Wow. That's good stuff. Hi, everybody. It's nice to see you all. Super Mario Maker 2. I can't wait. And it's not going to be too long until we get it. The treehouse stuff that they showed, it looks great. And I'm super excited for it. Almost everything that I wanted from a Mario Maker sequel is in this. The only thing is that the Wii U was better for the, creating, because I can use the touchscreen and stream it at the same time. In this case, I can't create and stream, or I could, but very slowly. But I do have a stylus for the Switch, and so I'll probably take advantage of that. The fact that you couldn't play with friends is now being patched. Mr. Tezuka listened, and I'm very happy about that, even if I wasn't going to use the feature often, if at all. It's just nice that it's in there. It makes sense. It's like, come on, don't take 2 steps backwards. Just, it's a very simple idea. But yeah, the new pieces look great. The new themes look good. Everything, in terms of like streamlining down to the UI and quality of life changes look great. I like that there's a single player mode with levels that I can just play on stream and not have to worry about, finding levels that are maybe possibly impossible. Well, there are levels in Mario Maker with like a 1 in 1 million chance of completion. Those are some fucking fun video rabbit holes to go down, by the way. So that's real soon. They didn't show a ton of it at the Direct, but it's still something that was there. They showed it during Treehouse, and I'm excited. A bunch... This is the montage, of course, of all the stuff that's coming to the Switch. The Daemon X Machina, but we don't need to do that. Banjo, what is that? Who's Banjo? Just some dude, I guess, just some character. For extended viewing, see my reaction. See my Nintendo Direct live footage. Needless to say, this one's pretty exciting. Pretty happy about that. Animal Crossing looks good. I've said before, it's not the revolutionary step that, say, a Breath of the Wild was. I don't know why anyone was expecting that, myself included. But the quality of life changes. The fact that you can play stuff outside. This desert island idea. This stuff with Desert Island, maybe. The fact that you can choose where your neighbors go and make real roads. The game looks nice. And, well, it's still a little ways off. It got delayed because they didn't want to force it out early and, overwork their developers, which I think is fine. Take your time. There's already so many games. I can wait a little longer. I'm looking forward to Animal Crossing a lot. And I hope that you can upgrade your inventory. The auto-stacking and the collecting of materials is nice. And some of the stuff we saw, like them digging up clams. What a feature that is. But yeah, it looks like a good Animal Crossing game. And I'm pleased. Here's one. I've seen Eggman's feet. And I don't need to. So I'm not into these games. Cadence of Hyrule we'll check out tonight. I'm going to be streaming that after this. Marvel Ultimate Alliance just looks like a hack and slash with Marvel stuff. I mean, they showed gameplay. I'm sure the series has its fans. I don't really know what it is that much, but it could be cool. And I'll tell you what, this is going to sound silly, but the Square Enix giant budget Marvel game with the weird Uncanny Valley characters, I think this fits the Marvel Avengers, superhero thing better than that does to some extent. It just looks like a dumb, fun game where you can just fight. I'll probably not get it. I'll probably pass on it. But I watched it, I looked at it, and I was like, oh, Diablo Avengers. I know what this is. It's a hack and slash. It could be cool. I don't know if it will be, but, that's alright. Empire of Sin, I read a little bit more about this. Seems cool. It's fine. Panzer Dragoon, I've heard so much about this game. I'm gonna get this day one, by the way, I think. Because I'm in the mood for a game like this, and I've heard that this is great, and that was a nice reveal. Good announcement. I would like to check out Panzer Dragoon for the first time. Astral Chain, the trailers look insane, and I don't know what's happening most of the time, but I did watch the Treehouse of Astral Chain, and I saw the gameplay, the combat. It looks good. It looks like just dopey, fun, platinum gameplay with a weird fucking theme, but I'm into it. So I might pick that up. Daemon Ex Machina, I played the demo. I told you I was a little lukewarm about it, but it seems like the frame rates were better, and it seems like they listened to a lot of feedback. There was a trailer where they showed 2 minutes of just changes they made to the game to, add just stuff that people wanted changed, basically. Quality of life, I'm going to say that again. So, good. Listening to feedback is good. I still think it needs some more work. I have not played a mech game in a long time. Don't know if I'll buy this, but I'm happy that it's looking better. Yeah, Contra. This Contra, however, looks like complete fucking garbage. I don't know what the hell Konami was doing. Oh my god. Crustra. Unavailable. No More Heroes 3, it's happening. That's cool. I'm happy for you. I've only played a little bit of, or maybe half of No More Heroes 1. I liked it, so maybe I'll jump back in. I don't know. 5 and 6, Resident Evil, we talked about. 5 looks good, for what it is. It's 5. Play it co-op. And 6, I wouldn't play ever again. Fire Emblem, I'm out. Sorry. And they didn't show gameplay. It's been with Fire Emblem, like, they show some of it, and the last time I saw it, I didn't really get hooked, and I'm just not gonna play it. I'm sorry. They showed the Treehouse. Okay, I'll watch it during Treehouse. I missed that one. But the trailer during the Direct, I didn't see gameplay, so I didn't watch the Treehouse. I will watch the Treehouse, and I will talk about it at a future date, but there's a good chance I'm not going to pick this game up. I'm lukewarm with Fire Emblem anyway, and you've heard this all before if you watched my streams. I like Awakening, I've liked some of the ones in the past, but this one is not doing it for me, and honestly, it's just, there's so many games coming out this year that if I have to pass on a major Nintendo release, it would probably be this one. The Witcher... I too would like to play The Witcher 3 with Vaseline rubbed on my eyes. Yeah. The Switcher. I don't know what they're going to do with this game. I don't know how they're going to fit this game. Okay, so they're going to put it on one cartridge. They said that. And there's some graphical comparisons. And they're doing 540p. It's nice that it's on the Switch. Some games that are huge, like Doom and stuff like that, you gotta make it look worse to get it on the Switch. The Switch has a very limited amount of power for games like this. And the trailer for the game, you can see some of the cuts in the environment. It'll still be The Witcher. You can still play it. You can still do what you gotta do. It's an addictive game. I'm not going to double dip. I thought about it, and I'm not going to do it. Vinny, it's 720p docked, 540p handheld. Not the worst, for a portable... For getting a game portably, sure, but... I wonder if the frame rate's going to be any good. I'll just show you the scene that I was thinking of that really... there was like that scene right there. That scene, I don't know what it is. Maybe maybe it's the resolution of the video. I don't know. It's just the environment was one of the most beautiful parts of The Witcher. The Witcher is such a fucking nice looking game, and this was where I saw the cuts and the stuff they needed to do. So, cool announcement. Maybe worth taking a look at when it comes out. Digital Foundry comparison. Okay, I lost my shit when this was revealed. Seiken Densetsu 3 finally localized for the West for the first time. I'm going to pick up this collection, but I've made my decision. I'll be streaming Trials of Mana instead. And if it comes out and it's shit, I will play the original. So that's where I'm going to go with that. I'm going to wait until 2020, and I'm going to pick up Trials of Mana, and or more than likely, unless it's like a really abysmal port, but it looks good. I watched the Treehouse gameplay of it, and it actually looks really nice. It looks way better than the Secret of Mana remake. It's got a better visual style. The camera is behind the player. The combat looks reworked from the original, yet also engaging and entertaining. And I'm probably going to check out that remake and stream that. But so that's my strategy. I'm going to hold off for now. This is really exciting, and I wish I didn't have to hold off. But I will. So great announcements. Very, very happy about that. Link's Awakening, obviously, I'm very much into. Link's Awakening is great. The bonus stuff is what makes me want to pick this up even more. The Dungeon Creator / Dampy's Hut, whatever that is, it just looks cool, and I'm excited. Heard some weird things about this game's frame rates. Heard it runs at 60 frames a second indoors, and then it starts dipping below 30 when you're outside. Now, I don't know, read about that. Look it up yourself, because that's what I've heard. I don't know how true that is. Vinny, I played it, it was fine. Now, there's 3 months before it comes out, and maybe they can optimize it, and Vinny, it loads the entire world at once. Well, here's the thing. It's not the worst thing. If it's a steady 30, I'm okay with that. Frame rates for a game like Link's Awakening is not a deal breaker by any means. It's just something that I read about. Otherwise, I thought it looked great, and the bonus stuff looked great, and it's Link's Awakening remade. I like the visual style. It grew on me, and it makes a perfect contrast to Breath of the Wild sequel. So I'm very okay with it. But again, 3 months, I hope they optimize it. I don't want to see frame rates dipping to like weird unstable levels in a game that looks like this, because that's just not cool. Vinny, this game is literally the same game with nothing new. Did you not see the bonus thing? Well, anyway, there's a bonus feature where you go to that's the one guy. There was one guy. The bonus feature is you go to Dampy's Hut, you collect pieces of the dungeons, and then you put them together yourself, and then you go through the dungeons and you get rewards. So there is actually some stuff. Jim Henson's Dark Crystal. I saw this. It needs some work. It looks very basic, but it also looks surprisingly quality for a game based on Dark Crystal. So, whatever, you know, more XCOM type game. So, I don't know. I'm not sure about it, but it's Dark Crystal. Luigi's Mansion 3, shit. No, I'll be honest, Luigi's Mansion 3, seeing the treehouse of it. So the trailer this time around looked much better. And then seeing the gameplay with all the new elements that it has, I'm actually super fucking anticipating this. Guigi is one thing, slamming ghosts is another thing, but having each floor of the hotel having different themes, being able to look through a camera and see like a scene that's being filmed, just all the really bizarre, strange things. I'm excited. I think that this game is going to be... This could be the best in the series, because they're doing away with some of the stuff, the objective-based gameplay of Luigi's Mansion 2. They have one hotel, so it's not multiple hotels. Portrait ghosts are back. If the gameplay is solid, if the puzzles work right, you know, if all this thing, you know, all this comes together, this has the potential to be a really, really fucking memorable game. And considering how much I like Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2, this is definitely something that I'm happy about, especially watching the gameplay. And I mentioned Dragon Quest, the Treehouse version of Dragon Quest. I might actually end up fucking buying it. So. And finally, the Dragon Quest characters in Smash, which I was a little bit lukewarm to, because I was like, well, we're not getting Banjo. We are getting this. But you know what? We're getting both. I like Akira Toriyama's art style, and the fact that we're getting no Chrono Trigger, which is fine, but we're getting something from Dragon Quest, I think I'm okay with that. We're getting 4 different characters, one of whom looks like Surge from Chrono Cross, that dude. Which Dragon Quest was this dude in? Because that's a relatively recent Dragon Quest, right? He was in 8. I remember him. I'll probably use him. I think he has my favorite design, and the one that looks like Goku isn't my favorite by any means. But Erdrick looks cool. Who's this one? Who's this guy? Three? That's Goku. So, wait. Erdrick is this dude, right? No? Who's this guy, then? What's his... Erdrick is 3. Oh god, I'm so confused. Who's this dude? What's his name? That's Luminary? That's Trunks. Oh, okay. I'm so confused. And what's this guy's name? I feel like a parent asking the kids, like, what's your Minecraft character's called? He has no real name, so they're all just the hero. Alright, well, regardless, I'll tell you what, you saw my Nintendo reaction, you know that I'm into the fact that they can use magic, and you have, like, the, this right here, I love this. It's so weird. So, yeah, just another interesting playstyle. We live in a really bizarre timeline where all these things... Sorry. Where all these things are possible. Where we get Banjo in the same direct as the Dragon Quest heroes. Okay. So, obviously Nintendo revealed a lot of things that I wanted. Almost every announcement that they made had at least something interesting happening. Mostly Luigi's Mansion and Zelda and Banjo and Trials of Mana, but that's also multi-platform. And of course, Contra Crust Core. But yeah, this is a very, very exciting E3 overall. Between the Nintendo things and all the other stuff that I showed, including Doom, Final Fantasy, possibly Watch Dogs if it's any good, and all the other shit that I just talked about. If I really sit here and think about my experience with E3, I walk away pretty happy. I have a lot to look forward to. I know that, you know, everyone has their different games that they're into. I'm sure a lot of people will want me to stream some games over other games, and I can only stream so many games in a year, so I'll do the best I can. But I'm just very happy overall. Everyone had a good conference. To some extent, everyone had some games, and there was some really slow, boring moments too, of course, and EA is EA, whatever. But obviously Nintendo stole the show for me. I don't think I even need to articulate that. It was just great. Next year, we're probably going to see more of that Zelda thing. The Breath of the Wild sequel at E3. Hopefully we'll get some Metroid Prime 4. Maybe some Bayonetta 3. So those are some pretty good titles for the end of next year as well. I think we'll see Breath of the Wild sequel 2020 holiday season. And I think Prime 4 will be 2021 holiday season. And then, of course, you know, who knows what else is going to be in there. Maybe another Mario 3D game. Maybe more Mario Kart. And then just their usual stuff that they do. So that's my thoughts for that. But yeah, it was good. Nintendo had my favorite games, but boy, was this good. So yeah, Cadence of Hyrule will be tonight. I'm going to stream it. Thank you for watching. Sorry I didn't cover every conference. I couldn't. I even have to go back and watch some stuff from the PC Gaming Conference now. And, you know, eventually I'll take a look at some of those. But yeah, this was something. All right. I'm going to stop talking about E3 now for a while because I've said everything I could say. I think. I don't anyone have any questions? Do we have anything else? Vinny, what are your thoughts on Keanu Reeves? My thoughts on Keanu Reeves. Vinny, when is the test on all of this? Yeah, it's gonna be multiple choice. And this is gonna get you into college. So it's like the SATs. So that's E3 2019. It is now over. And it was nice to share it with you all. In just a second, I'll have something else for you. Let me just get everything set up here. So we're gonna do talk to Transformer, but I just have to get everything all set up. I had some prompts. Okay. Vinny, what was the E3 site called? It was oh shit, what was it called? E3 E E3 recap? E3 recap. Just Google E3 recap.